Hello everybody, welcome back to New World. So today we're not doing PvP and we're not necessarily doing PvE either. This video is what I like to call the end of the line for me. I honestly do not want to play New World anymore. Um, it's really grindy and I want to go over some of the new stuff that the expansion gave because I paid $32 for this expansion. It's plus tax. It's just that's what tax is, $32, and I honestly feel like it was not worth it. Now I'm not saying the content in it is bad. The content given isn't bad. We got mounts. I'll summon my mount and I'll explain the mounts in a second. But basically, I have my mount up to about 269, maybe two. Let's at the 200 mark, and you see how fast I'm running. Well, we hit K, we go into trade skills. Yeah, 222. So you get stuff for your mount. You get trinkets, but you get the speed. And the only real way to get XP in mount is by doing races. So these are like the races, they're called tours and rallies. I'm in the last part of it where literally all you do is you click on a tour, you go to the spot, they tell you start here, like 5 steps away from you, and then you gotta go halfway across the map. A good example was when I was in Brimstone Sands. I can't remember where, but I was starting in Brimstone Sands, and they wanted me to go all the way down to Reekwater. I think it was like one of the like rightish here. Now, a tour you have to decide on your path. You have to really stick to the road. So I'm not gonna do a tour in this video because I like I said, I'm done with New World. But you'll see your mount goes faster on a road. You see how fast I'm sprinting, but this is my regular speed. If I go off-road, this is the speed. It is significantly slower. And that's just to encourage people to stick to the roads and actually plan a course. I guess it's okay. I personally don't like doing the grind. The grind to get your mounts to 250 is ridiculously hard. Now, there is another way. Alright? There is another way. Let me get my mount out. There is another way that you can get your mount XP up, which is food. Which I'm going to go to it. I think it's like somewhere down here. Where is it? Basically this. Basic mount vitamins. So, I can't use it. Alright? I have the good one, the luxurious one. I still can't use it. I used it 3 times. Alright, it says literally limited to 3 per day. It's been a little bit after 3 per day, okay, and I still can't fucking use it. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Last time all I did is literally be on my mount and I just clicked on it and fed him it and that was it. I don't know what's going on there. But since I can't feed him the XP, I have to do the rallies and tours. I don't like that. It's forcing me into grinding my mount, to get speed. That's all I wanted really, is to get speed. You also can get these other things like this horseshoe gives you more dash on road. The amulet will give you better stuff for your dismount, and I believe this is a cosmetic. I believe this is another cosmetic spot. You start out with the horse. So let me get into that. So you start out with the Moon Shadow. So you start with Moon Shadow, and then after a little bit, when you start getting, I think it's in Eden Grove, I believe. You go to Eden Grove, and then you get the wolf. Or actually, it might be Great Cleave. Don't get me wrong where I get the wolf. But in order to get the lion, you need to come to Elysian Wilds. Now, Elysian Wilds will have you do a quest, and then you get your fucking lion there, and you call it a day. But this is where we're going to go into the next part of this video, which is I'm going to explain, is if you don't have this DLC, you are essentially locked out of everything. Like, you are generally locked. You do not have mounts. You do not get to 65. You do not get the artifacts. You do not get the reset on crafting. So even if you went to the market and bought fucking the new materials, you can't use the new materials because it's locking you out. And it's $30. Base price is $30 for the expansion. or $29.99 plus with over tax. But we're gonna get into artifacts. All right, let's go to the next part. Artifacts. Let me get off my mount. This is an artifact. This is an artifact you get for completing the main story. It is a pair of pants. Now, to get the most out of your artifact, you need to do quests. For this pair of pants, I had to go kill Thorpe in the depths. So I had to run a depths dungeon. I had to go kill the toy maker, which is some other boss that's in, I believe, here, and he is, I don't remember exactly where, but he's in the Elysian Wilds, and you need to go kill him. He's a world boss. He's a really hard boss to kill. Luckily, I was with one of my other friends that bought the DLC. He knows more about the game mechanics than me, and you know, because I'm just PvP or casual. I'm like a casual PvPer. And honestly, that is where I got that one done. And honestly, there are other artifact weapons you can get, either from destroying world bosses or doing dungeons. I want the Fire Staff artifact, but you only get that at Forge. For Brims of the Sands, you got to go to Forge. Now there's a new Heart Rune, which is this one right here, Primal Fury. I've seen it in action. Honestly, it's okay. But I generally just don't know. I have another artifact right here to show you the lock. So this is the Dingy head wrap. You see, I need to equip it, right? But here goes the other thing. I can't equip it. I have to take off my pants, and I have to put on the helmet. And then it will give me all these quests. This is Defeat Feral Beasts, Ancient Ones, in the Elysian Wilds, everything. And remember, if you do not have the DLC, you don't have access to the artifacts. And here's what I'm going to bring into now. We go into Season 3. There is an artifact at 20. And if we go a little bit more, like we just keep going, you will see there's an artifact at 100. Anybody can do this season. This is on the free pass. Anyone can do it. But the problem is, if you don't pay $30 and we go back to 20, and let's say I'm 20, you can't grab. I don't think you can grab it. I don't think you can claim it. Or actually, no, I think you can grab it, but you can't use it. They essentially lock you out. Now let's go into journeys. Some of these most journeys, your level 1 journeys, Fellowship of the Frail, which is a new weapon I'm going to talk about. This weapon right here, I reached level 5, I was grinding it out, and then acquire a new mount. Discover Eden Grove Settlement. That's easy. And we'll get into Eden Grove in a second once I'm done talking about journeys, but there's a lot of journey stuff here. The spore pods, you have to get the jar, and you have to go out and harvest spore pods. You gotta, like, get rid of the spores. And I only got so far into this because it's like, and look at this one, equip a piece of gear of 700. You can't do that without grinding or getting a artifact, because artifacts are 700. Now, you can get this through doing your world tours or doing a dungeon, because, again, gear score got upgraded also. It's up to 700. So all my other gear on me was 625, and it was just like my shit's outdated. I need to update it. That was another grind I have to do. You have to keep in mind, guys, the last New World video I did was when I think I was still in light armor. I changed to medium armor, and it was amazing. It was a drastic change. It was just amazing. Okay, it was amazing. Alright, I had an easy time. Now, after the update, I played a couple matches of PvP, and to be honest, those matches did not sit right with me. I am outdated. I only have one artifact. In PvP, there are people who already have their weapon artifact or other artifacts. You can equip one armor piece, one weapon, one jewelry piece. which is okay, and they're very powerful things. As you can see here, literally it says magnify literally splits between the highest attributes. That's plus 70, so it splits 70, amongst the highest attributes, and then well-rounded 10 plus to all attributes. So my attributes are pretty high. I have a pretty high intellect build. I'm at, like, before I had to eat a food to get the 40, like 10 410. Now I'm at 443. It was essentially that. Now, going on with the Frail. I don't have a shield, but we're going to demonstrate the Frail. This is the Frail. Alright, let me show you its skills before. I don't know what I was doing with it, by the way. I don't know what I was doing with it. I was just leveling it up, and this is just what I have. So far, I'm going to show these abilities with this is the tree. This side, I think, is mainly for if you're trying to go for like that tanky build. I think this side was more of like a paladin build where you still get the health and you still do the damage. I might be wrong on that, but to be honest with you, you do a slam ability, you have this ability, and then you got this ability, which smacks them. The Frail animation, as you can see, is really okay and really good. I'll show you a heavy, slam it down. And it's an alright weapon. Now, I got this, I think I remember reading in chat, someone got a Frail at a low level, but they couldn't use it. And again, to go back to the point, you need $30 to use the Frail. Yes, you do. You could go buy one, but you're not going to be able to use it. You are locked out of that as well. Honestly, you're honestly locked out of shit all the time, and then especially you're locked out of this entire zone. With the now the new materials don't just spawn in this zone. If you go on the New World map, the resource map, which if you don't know, is a website that maps out all the resources so you know what places go hit up. And they spawn in Brimstone Sands. They can spawn in Morningdale, Eden Grove, and mostly these high-level areas. They go to these high-level areas. Now let's go to Eden Grove, because I want to showcase the... I gotta go back to Everfall. Actually, no, wait a minute. I'm close to a settlement. I can just go over there. Now, we're gonna go to Eden Grove. Eden Grove, if you don't know, before the expansion, First Light was taken away, and the Angry Earth took it over, and this is the zone. As you can see around me, it's literally Vietnam. And it has a lot of fucking plant life, and it's fucking crazy. Right? Eden Grove now changed. Valorant Hold is no longer there, and they got a settlement now, and we're gonna go look at that settlement. We will do that, because I think it's a pretty cool settlement. Anybody can go over there and discover all the Fast Point shrines, but there is this place right here, and then there is... I think that's the only settlement here. It's just the village. So we're gonna go over there. And you could still go to Eden Grove without the DLC. You could do the quest in Eden Grove without the DLC. So it's not as bad, like you're being locked out of everything. But majority of stuff, you are locked out. You have no way whatsoever to do stuff. And in PvP especially, your gear score, if you're not high enough gear score, I think the minimum is 675. So if you're not 675 or above, it puts you at 675. That's okay. That's actually really cool, because that way it gives people that chance to fight. But it is not something that is worth it. So we'll walk around this village as I explain more about what I mean by that. What I mean by that is, it is a disadvantage. In World of Warcraft, for example, if you do not have the expansion, the newest expansion, you don't get the newest gear. You don't get into the newest raids, and you definitely don't get to the newest zone. You are 100% locked out, and even level locked out. Like in this game, you're level locked out of 5 fucking levels. I stopped playing World of Warcraft because I got sick and tired of... I was playing when BFA released, and I had Legion gear, and I kick some... I can kick ass, alright? I can put up a good fight, but I can't 100% kill you. Because in World of Warcraft, there's the other, like, buffs and things like that from the story you do, and the Azoth and all the other stuff. It was a lot more. But essentially, I just left World of Warcraft. I don't like it no more. And I'm getting the same feeling for New World. I like PvPing in New World. I think it's very nice. There's new open world PvP. I don't know if I could show it on a map, but essentially, provinces will go into influence races. So it'll be at random. There'll be three provinces, I think, with influence. I think this is one of them. I think this is the time right here for it. I might be wrong, but essentially they go into these races, and there's a point you go to and you hold the point and then you build up your influence from there. It's better than going back and doing quests constantly. There were the same quest over and over again just to get the fucking bar to fucking go all the way up. Now, it was a chore. That's why I never did world PvP, and I still don't do world PvP because I'm gonna get my ass like destroyed. All right, I'm dead. But essentially, that is what's with PvP here in open world. That it's just more fun now. If you want to go out your way and get in a group and go like, hey, I'm gonna go beat your ass up, and you know it is fun. I've seen gameplay of it, seen it on Twitch. Really great. Now moving on to the next point I have is essentially, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Essentially, I talked about the mounts. I talked about what you're locked out of, what you can't do, and what you can do, stuff like that. And again, this is the end of the line. That is essentially what is going on in New World. I am not coming back here. My final thoughts on the DLC is I don't think it provides enough content. I played through the main story, and if I wasn't busy with IRL stuff, then I would literally, like, got it done under an hour. It was that short, because if you go on the map, to get there, you gotta do a quest. So my quest was in Reekwater, and they wanted me to just do some stuff, and then it got access to Elysian Wilds. Because just like with Brimstone Sands, you cannot enter in there willy-nilly. You need to do the main storyline. You know, in Brimstone Sands was free on top of that, but you need to do a quest, which is my other point I'm going to get into in a second. But yeah, you do a thing, and then you get access to Elysian Wilds, and then you start doing quests. You go to the Beast Lords. There's a gorilla. There's the I think you do the mammoth at last, and then you go to the lion. Essentially, you do all this stuff, and then you meet back in town, and they're like, oh, okay, hey, what's up, I did this, whatever. And then they give you an artifact. Now, let's get into Brimstone Sands. Brimstone Sands was free. Alright, we got the Greatsword, which I can show you over here. Where's that at? That's two-handed. Greatsword. We got this Greatsword for free. Brimstone Sands was free. All you had to do is just do the main storyline a bit more, and then they give you access to this entire zone. Alright, this entire fucking zone was free, and you had to pay nothing. Now, I understand this is a live service game. MMOs are live service games. There are other games that are live service, but they have their own shit. For Honor was a live service game. Morehound and Chivalry are all live service games. And the difference between what companies do to make money to keep the service up, that either be through microtransactions or that either be through scummy ways. Like, I'm not saying what New World did was scummy, I'm just saying it's a bad business decision, because essentially you're forcing your players to, you know, buy this DLC if you want to progress. You know, I remember watching one of the videos before it released, and they're doing a Q&A, and the guy someone asked a question where, is it pay to play, pay to play or pay to win? And the guy responded with pay to continue. Now that's even worse. Why would I have to pay $30 to continue? If this was $15, I wouldn't be here shitting on it. If this was like on sale, and I'm not saying it will go on sale anytime soon, but if it does, it's probably not going to be an impactful sale. It's going to be like 10 or 20% off, which even then is still not going to bump it down to fucking 15. It's probably going to be like $24. And you don't get your $30 worth of time or whatever you're going to pay for it if you're watching this video in the future and you got it on a sale. Trust me, you will see that the only real grindy fucking thing in here, the most thing, is the fucking mounts. I don't know, like I already said, I don't know if they fixed the food. I don't know if the food's broken. I don't know. But right now, mounts are the most grindiest shit. And if you don't get to 200, you're not going to have max speed. And you will be slow as shit. Really slow. Now, going back to what I feel about New World and its new way of taking shit. The next DLC we get next season is going to be paid for. If it is not paid for, I will do a video. I will literally come back to New World just to do another video like this where I just record and talk about it and play through it and see what it is. But guaranteed, it's going to be paid for, and that is why I'm also leaving as well. I left For Honor and retired from For Honor because they added a battle pass and they kept adding heroes to counter heroes instead of working on the hero to fucking, do some like nerfs or buffs. Like they nerfed Shigoki so much that I just stopped playing Shigoki during my time. They nerfed a lot of shit about him. And he's a hard hitter still, but now he doesn't even hit hard, I heard. Like I still look it up. And like they really just Ubisoft wasn't doing right. But moving on, yeah, basically I don't recommend this DLC. If you're watching this video and you want a basic point on should I buy it or should I not, hell no, do not buy this DLC. Buy it if it is like 15 or below. $15 or below, whatever your currency is, wherever you're from, because that's how much it's fucking worth to me. I paid 32 and I did not get my 32 hours. I'll tell you that right now. There's not enough shit like I could do. The only thing that would bump up my hours is if I went into Elysian Wilds and grind and grind and grind for everything. Because look, my race is right here. This is the end of the race thing. This is the last, I believe this is the last zone that you go to finish the races. I could do that. It's going to take me a couple hours, but the way how I calculate my hours is how much fun I'm having. So it's just not good. Don't get this. It is not a good DLC, and I think that Amazon needs to really work on better business practices because they already had money making opportunities. They had let me back on my not back on my journeys. Hang on, let me go season back. They have this. This was here before Elysian Wilds. This is how you make money. Now, do you want to see how much this costs? Let's buy premium. So, you can get the head start for 10,000 more marks, or you pay fucking 20,000. Now, if I go over here and see how much, about 23,000 marks. So, either I buy two $10 ones, which is about $20, maybe 12, maybe 11, depending on tax. But let's say there's no tax involved. Or I pay $20, and $20 will give me access to this right here. Now, obviously, when you complete a level up here, this will also be completed too. So if you buy it later on, that's cool. But there is a lot of good stuff. Look at all these skins. All the skins they're locking you out of. More marks of fortune, more everything. Look, even transmog tokens. If you haven't known, transmogs got introduced and you need tokens to transmog. It was just bad. So again, everything right now with New World is just bad. I don't like it and I'm leaving New World. So there'll be no more New World videos on my channel from this day forward. I might come back because they changed some stuff and I might go cover it. But honestly, not it. And I will release another video to show you guys what MMO I'm going on next. And it's a surprise. It's a little secret. I know my friends who are watching my videos. Don't spoil the secret. It's a secret. And I'm going to cover that game. It's really fun. I got recommended by one of my other friends. He said, I've been playing it for 8 years. Why don't you come over here and check it out? And I went over there and checked it out. I'm in love with it. So if you like this video, leave a like. If you found it helpful, leave a like. And hopefully this video covered enough things and all the main stuff to suit your decision on the DLC. It's just my opinion. My opinion right now is don't buy it. Don't buy it. Just don't buy it. But yeah, thank you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.